Hello friends, I'm Neshik and today in this video I'll teach you how to create a professional membership website with WordPress. Our main aim in this video will be to create a practical membership business that can generate some recurring revenue for us. And this website that we'll be creating in this video has all the essential features that a professional membership website must have. For example, it has the multi-level subscription option, so you can create different levels of subscriptions and you can give different features in different subscription plans. We also have the free and paid membership option. So if you want to offer membership for free, you can do that. Or if you want to accept payment for that, you can do that thing as well. We have the restricting specific pages or post option. So if you want, you can restrict specific pages and post. For example, if you're writing an article, if you're writing a post, and if that post is only available for gold members, you can do that thing and you can restrict that post for other members like for bronze and silver members. Similarly, we'll also see how to integrate different payment gateway options in this website. So we'll see how to integrate PayPal, how to integrate Stripe, how to integrate ToCheckout, how to integrate credit and debit card payments, and some more payment gateways. So we'll basically see how to integrate multiple payment gateways. Then we also have the recurring payment option. So if you want to enable recurring payment on your website, like every month, this payment will be deducted from your customers or your visitors account. If you want this recurring option, you can have it, or if you want, you can also enable one-time payment. Then we'll see how to enable social login. So if users or visitors on your website, if they want to sign up or sign in using different social media platforms like Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, they can do that. Then some more features include menu protection, coupons creation, free or paid trials, email marketing, drip content, and many more features. Obviously, I'll explain you about all these features in complete detail later on in this video. Also, creating this website is super easy. You don't need to know any programming or coding knowledge to create this website. It's just simple drag and drop. Now, before we proceed further, before I show you how to create this website, let me show you a very quick demo of the website that we'll be creating in this video and some of the features, how that feature will look on your website. Now, first of all, as you can see, this is the website that we'll be creating. The very first thing that you can see is that I have given it this magazine or newspaper design. And this is because I have taken inspiration for this website from theeconomist.com or economist.com and caravanmagazine.com. So if you see in these websites, these are also membership websites. So if you try to open any specific post, for example, if I try to open this article, you can see that everything is present over here. The title is present, we have the subtitle, we have the featured image, and the article is also present, but only few paragraphs. So only 2 paragraphs are present, and if you want to read the entire article, you will have to purchase some subscription plans. So this is basically how this website works. So if you want to read the entire article, you will have to purchase some subscription option, and if you have already purchased it, you can log in from here. Similarly on Caravan as well, if you open any single post, for example, if I open this post over here, you can see you can read few paragraphs, but if you want to read the entire article, you'll have to subscribe. So we'll also see how to create a similar design. So for example, if I open this post, now in this article as well, if you see, we have the featured image, we have the title, we have the meta details, and after that only 2 paragraphs are shown over here. And if you want to read the entire article, it says that this content is logged. This article is only available for silver and gold membership plan users. To read the article, please purchase the subscription plan and log in to unlock the content. So you can log in if you have already purchased, or if you have not purchased, you can go to the subscription plan option, or you can just click on this register button and you can register. And as I explained you earlier, we'll see how to integrate Facebook, Twitter, these type of option. So if your user wants to log in or sign up using Facebook, they can simply click on this button and they can do this using Facebook. So we'll see how to do this thing. Now, if a user wants to register, they can click on this register button and they can purchase any one of these plans. For example, if they want to purchase this one-time plan or recurring plan, they can select the sign up option. They will be redirected to this form. Here they can fill in this form and they have different options. So if they want to make payment through credit or debit card, they can select this option and click on register. Now here in this pop-up, they can enter the card details and they can make the payment. So this is basically how this entire process works. Now you can do one thing, you don't actually have to restrict every single post. If you want, you can restrict few posts, and few posts you can give it for free. For example, if you see the second post, if I open this article, okay, this is also logged. If I open some other article, let's see this one. Okay, this is available. As you can see, this entire post is available. Nothing is hidden over here. Nothing is restricted in this post. So if you want for specific posts, you can restrict them, or if you want, you can leave them open. Now let's again go back to our home page. Now, as I said you earlier, I'll show you how you can give this design, how you can get this newspaper or magazine design on your website, because membership websites are mostly useful for these type of websites. So here, as you can see, this is the slider option. We have this kind of grid option. Then we have this option. This is a carousel. If you have multiple posts over here, you can, use this carousel. Then we have this grid option and some more options are available. And at the bottom, I have given this membership plan as well. Then at the very bottom, you will see your footer option, your footer widgets. Now let me do one thing. Let me go to my account page. So users will get their front end dashboard. Now if I log into my website, now as you can see, user will get this front end dashboard. They can see the profile details. They can see the subscription details, social plus, membership card, all these options are given. If they want to change the subscription, they can do that thing as well. If you go to the blog page, this is how the blog archive page will look like. Now there are many more advanced membership options and membership features available in this website, but I don't want to waste a lot of time in the introduction. We'll see about those features in detail later on in this video. Alright guys, so this was a very short demo of the website that we'll be creating in this video. I hope you guys like the demo website. Now if you like the demo website, if you want to create this website, make sure to watch the complete tutorial. And before you proceed further, also make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any future uploads. And if you like this video, give a thumbs up to this video, share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever social media platform you use. And throughout the video, if you have any doubts, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can always leave them in the comments section below. Alright guys, now let's start creating this website. Alright guys, now to create any kind of website, whether it's a membership website, an e-commerce website, a simple blog, business website, any kind of website, we need two basic things: a domain name and a hosting account. A domain name is simply the name or the URL of your website. For example, blogdude.com, google.com, youtube.com, nayashik.com, all these things are different domain names. So we also have to purchase a domain name on the internet so that whenever someone wants to visit your website, they can simply type in this domain name in the browser URL bar and they can land on your website. Now the second and the most important thing is your hosting account. A hosting is basically a computer wherein your entire website is saved. So if you see this entire website, all the different articles, all the different membership plans, pages, media files, all the different database, this entire website is saved in a computer, and that computer is running 24/7 so that whenever someone wants to visit your website from any particular country at any given time, they can always see your website live. So your website is always up and running, your website is always live. Now hosting is the most important thing about your website because everything related to your website is directly or indirectly dependent on your hosting. So your website speed, your website's performance, the user experience on your website, and even your website security and also your website's ranking on Google search results, everything is totally dependent on your hosting. So if you've selected a good and reliable hosting, your website speed and performance will be amazing, your website security will be amazing, and you'll also get better ranking on Google search results. And obviously, in contrast, if you have selected a bad, cheap, crappy hosting, everything will be opposite of that. Now there are literally thousands of different hosting providers available in the market, but unfortunately only a handful of them are really good enough to consider. But you don't have to worry about that. You can simply do one thing: open a new tab and type in blogdude.com/FC. Now FC stands for Fast Format, and this link is also given in the video description below. So you don't even have to type in this thing. You can simply click on that link and you should be redirected to this page. Now this is the Fast Format. This is one of the best hostings available and also very much affordable as compared to other hostings. Now another hosting that I recommend is A2 hosting. You'll see this link also in the video description below. So if you type in this link, open a new tab and type in blogdude.com/A2, you'll be redirected to this A2 hosting. Now here also you'll see the pricing is very much similar in A2 hosting also and also in Fast Format. So you can do one thing, you can select any one of these hostings. Both are very good, very reliable hosting providers. In this video, I'll be using Fast Format. Now the reason I'm showing you both the hosting is because whatever hosting you select, whether you select Fast Format or whether you select A2 hosting, the steps will be same throughout the website. Whether it's for installing WordPress, installing SSL and doing different things on website, step is same for both the hosting. In this video, we'll be using the Fast Format hosting. Now here you can see there are three different plans available: Fast Cloud, Fast Cloud Plus and Fast Cloud Extra. Now for most of you guys, I would recommend you to start with the Fast Cloud Plus plan because this is the best plan to start any kind of website, especially e-commerce and membership type of website. Now if you scroll down a little bit, you can see there are different features given over here. So if you hover over this option, all important features. Here you can see you will get cPanel and Softaculous app installer. This thing will be helpful when we try to install WordPress on our domain name. Then after that we get free daily backup, so your website will be backed up every single day. So even if something happens to your website, you have the daily backup. You can easily restore your website. We also get free Cloudflare CDN that will help you to improve your website speed and also your website security. We also get Let's Encrypt SSL certificate. So if you see this website, if you see the demo website, you will see you have this logpad over here. So this is your SSL certificate. We get free SSL certificate, and because of this SSL certificate, we are able to accept online payments on our website. If you don't have SSL certificate installed on your website, you'll not be able to accept any online payments on your website. Then we also get BitNinja server security, which will furthermore improve your website's security. With that, you also get some features like we get the multiple websites option. So in this hosting plan, you can host multiple websites. So what does this mean? So today you're creating this membership website. Tomorrow, if you want to create maybe another membership website or maybe an e-commerce website or some other website. So tomorrow again, you don't have to purchase a new hosting plan. You can host that website as well in one single plan. So basically you just purchase this FastCloud Plus plan once, and for all your future websites, you can host all those websites in one single plan. Now with this, we also get free website transfer and domain transfer. So if you already have a domain name registered on some other website, maybe on GoDaddy or some other website, these guys will help you to transfer your domain name from there to FastComet for free. In fact, even if you have a complete website created on some other hosting, and if you want to migrate to FastComet, I'll show you in the next step how you can do that. Now with this plan, we are getting 25 GB of SSD space, and this is RAID 10 configuration of SSD space. So if you see this option over here, SSD storage, if you hover over this, you can read it says RAID 10 configuration. So this will help you to improve your website speed, and it will also make sure that your website data is secure. Now most of the hosting providers use the HDD plan because it is very cheap. But here at FastComet and also at A2 Hosting, these guys are using SSD space. So when your website is hosted on SSD space, your website is 25 to 30 times faster. Now after that, if you see there are some more features, if you scroll down, you can read up more about them, but I don't want to waste a lot of time over here. As I said you earlier, for most of you guys, I would recommend you to start with the Plus plan. So simply select this plan and click on this Get Started button. Now you'll be redirected to this step, and here you have to register a new domain name. So whatever domain name you want to register, simply type in that domain name over here. For example, if I want to register nayeshik.com, I can select Nayeshik, and from domain name extension, I can select .com, .net, .org, .in. There's some specific domain names available for specific countries. For example, .us for US, .in for India, .eu for Europe, .ca for Canada, and so on. We have some generic domain name extensions as well. For example, .shop, .design, .tips, .cheap. All these domain name extensions are available. So you can simply type in the domain name, and after that you can select the extension and click on use this domain. Now if you already have a domain name registered on some other website, maybe on GoDaddy, Namecheap, Google Domains or any other website, you can select this option. I already have a domain name, and you can type in that domain name. For example, if I already have selected this domain name nayeshik.com on some other hosting, or I have registered this domain name on GoDaddy maybe, I can select this domain and I can click on use this domain. So both the options are available to you. You can select any one of these options. I'm selecting this option, use this domain name, and after that you can select this option and click on this button. Now you'll be redirected to your final step, and here you just have to enter your account information. So all your basic information like your first name, last name, your address, phone number, and two things are very important over here, your email address and master password. So whatever email address you set in over here and whatever master password you set in over here, make sure to remember both these things because this will be useful in future. This email address and master password will become your login credentials. So in future, whenever you want to log into your FastComet cPanel, you'll have to enter this email address and master password. So make sure you remember this thing. Now when you scroll down, you'll see this product information. Under plan, make sure you have selected FastCloud Plus plan. Under data center location, it will be automatically selected for you based on your location. Now because I'm recording from Mumbai, I'm getting this option. There is a data center in Mumbai and this is nearest to me. So I'm selecting this option. Under period, make sure 12 months is selected. If you select some other option, you might have to pay some extra money. Then you can scroll down here, make sure under extras, nothing is tick mark over here. This will cost you some extra money which are not really useful. So make sure everything is unticked. Then when you scroll down, you will have to enter your card details. So you can enter your credit card, debit card, your ATM card number over here. Or if you want, you can enter through PayPal, or if you want, you can make payment through PayPal as well. Now under this card option, you can see only 4 types of cards are accepted over here: American Express, Visa, MasterCard and Discover. Now the reason I'm saying this thing is because most of the people in India have the RuPay card. Now RuPay is a domestic card which is accepted only in India and it is not accepted outside India. So if you have a RuPay card, or some other card, make sure you get your card updated or upgraded to Visa or MasterCard. Now I can simply go ahead at the bottom, tick mark these 2 things and click on complete order. Now once you do that, you have to come to this website my.fastcomet.com, and here you have to enter the email address and master password which you have entered in your previous step. So enter that email address and master password and click on login. Now this is your Fast Comet client area. When you scroll down, you'll see many options are given over here. The most important option that we are interested in is this option, support tickets option. If you click on this option, now from here you can raise different tickets. For example, if you click on submit ticket, you can see there are different options available. So in future, whenever you have any problem with your website, you can simply contact them using this support ticket. So for example, if you already have a website created on some other hosting, or if you already have a domain name registered on some other hosting, and if you want to migrate that to Fast Comet, you can select this option, website transfer. And here you can enter all the details related to your hosting, related to your website or related to your domain, and you can click on submit. And after that, these guys will automatically do that for you. So these guys will automatically migrate or transfer your website from your current hosting to this particular hosting. So once you do that, after that, you'll see your domain name will be given and you'll see this button, CP button. Click on this button and enter your master password again and click on proceed. Now you'll be redirected to your cPanel. Now in your cPanel, you can see there are several options available. Very first thing that you should be doing is you should see your primary domain name. So this is my primary domain name, and besides your primary domain name, you should see this logpad and it should say DV certificate or something like this. Now this simply means that SSL is successfully installed on my domain name. Now if you see some other message over here and if you don't see this logpad over here, it means that SSL is not installed on your domain name. So you can do it by yourself, and to do this thing, you can do one thing. First of all, click on this search bar and here you can search for SSL. You'll see this option, let's encrypt SSL. Click on this option. And over here, you'll see all the different domain names that you have registered on your website. If you don't see your domain name, you can search for that domain. So I want to use this domain name member.fahm.in. So I want to use this domain name. If you want to select this domain name, select it. And besides every single domain name, you'll see this issue button. Click on this button. Now on this page, you can just go ahead at the bottom and click on this issue button again. After that, SSL will be successfully installed on your domain. And once it is done, you can now install WordPress on that domain. So to do that, again, click on this search bar and search for Softaculous App Installer. You will see this option. Click on this option. Select WordPress. Now here many different apps are given over here. Laravel, we have Oxwell, we have OpenCart, Dolphin. We want to install WordPress on our domain name. So you can select WordPress with the very first option. And after that, click on this blue install button. Now make sure under this option, the latest version of WordPress is selected. And after that, under protocol, make sure HTTPS is selected. There are 2 options under protocol, HTTP and HTTPS. Make sure the one with HTTPS is selected. After that, under domain name, select the domain name that you want to use for this website or that you want to install WordPress on. So I'm selecting this domain name member.fahm.in. Now after this, you will see this in directory box, and in this in directory box, you will see WP is already typed in. Make sure you delete WP or whatever is typed in this box. Make sure you delete this thing and make sure this box is empty. Then after that, we have the site settings. Under site settings, you can change your website name and you can also describe your website in few words. So I'll change my website's name to BlogDude, and you can describe your website in few words if you want. Now, if you don't want to change this thing right now, if you don't want to change your site settings, you can do it later on as well. I'll show you how to do that. Then we have a very important option, admin account option. So right now your username is admin and your password is pass. Make sure you change this thing. So first of all, let me hide this thing. And after that, also make sure to change your password. Now these things are very important. If you don't change your username and password, it will be very easy for anyone to hack your website because they already know your username and password. Everyone, when they try to log into any website, they try username admin and password pass. So make sure you change this thing. And after that, you'll see your admin email. Make sure to delete this thing and enter your own personal email address over here. Then once you do that thing, go ahead at the bottom and click on this install button. Once you do that, now WordPress has started installing on your domain name. This is a very small, very short process, hardly takes 10 to 12 seconds. You can see it is already done. Now once it is done, you will see two links will be given to you. First link is just your website link. So if you open this in a new tab, this is how your website will be looking right now. The second link is the most important link. This is your dashboard link. So if you open this in a new tab, you'll see this is how your dashboard looks like. Now this page, this dashboard page is the most important page of your website, because this is the page, or this is the place from where you will be controlling your website. So if you want to change your website design, if you want to write any article, if you want to delete any article, if you want to edit any article, if you want to manage comments, manage plugins, do any settings, manage payments, everything will be done from this page. And whenever you want to come to this page, you have to type in this thing, you have to type in your website name, and after that put a /wp-admin, you will land on this page. Now whenever we install WordPress on a new domain name, there are a few basic things that we have to understand, and there are a few basic settings that we have to do. So here first of all, you'll see there are a few widgets given over here on the dashboard. I don't want these widgets, so I can do one thing. I can click on screen options and I can untick everything from here, just to make sure that my dashboard is nice, neat and clean. No extra widgets are present on my dashboard. Then at the left hand side, you'll see second option is your post option. Now under post option, you will see one post will already be created for you, hello world. Later on in this video, we'll see how to delete this thing and how to create your own blog post. Then we have the media option. So in this option, or in this page, in the media page, you will see all the files, media files that is present on your website. So for example, if you see the demo website, all these media files, all the featured images, media files, videos, images, everything will be present over here. If you want, you can manage them from here. Then we have the pages option, which obviously will be used to create and manage different pages. Then we have the comments option, which will be used to manage different comments. So whenever someone posts any comment on any post, you can see all those comments over here. If you want to approve them, unapprove them, reply them, delete them, you can do it from here. Then we have the appearance option, which is a very important option. Now under appearance, you'll see few themes are already installed for you and one theme is already activated. This 2021 theme is already activated for you. And this website design is because of this theme, 2021 theme. Now if you do one thing, if you install or if you activate some other theme, for example, let's activate this 2019 theme. If I activate this theme, again come back to my website and refresh it. Now as you can see, your website design looks completely different. So this is basically what a theme does. A theme changes the style and appearance of your website. Now you should always have only one theme installed and activated. So all the other extra themes, you can now go ahead and delete them. Okay, just like this. Then after that, we have the plugins option. So if you click on plugins, you will see few plugins will be already installed for you, or sometimes they will be already activated for you. I would recommend you to delete these extra plugins because we don't need them. So whatever we don't need, whether it's plugin, whether it's theme, it's better to just delete them. This will make your website very light. It will keep your website very light so that your website performs faster. Now what is a plugin? A plugin is kind of a software or an add-on that will add some extra features and functionalities to your WordPress website. For example, right now we don't have any features related to membership website. We are not able to, right now we will not be able to restrict any post, will not be able to create any pop-ups, will not be able to accept payments and all. So to do all these things, we'll need several plugins. So later on in this video, we'll see how to install those plugins and how to integrate them with our website. Now you'll see this settings option, click on that. Now under general settings, again, if you have not already changed your website title and description, you can change it from here. Then you can do one thing, you can select this option under membership, make sure you tick mark this thing, anyone can register. Very important, because we want people to come to our website and we want them to register on our website. We want them to sign up on our website using different membership plans. So make sure you tick mark this thing, anyone can register. If you don't tick mark this thing, no one will be able to register on your website. Then after that, you'll see the time zone. You can set time zone according to your country. And after that, you can go ahead and click on save changes. Now under settings, you'll see permalinks, click on that. By default, day and name will be selected or some other option will be selected for you. Make sure you select this option, post name. This is the most SEO friendly permalink structure. So make sure you select this post name permalink structure. And again, go ahead at the bottom and click on save changes. Again, we can now come back to our dashboard. And with this, all the basic settings related to our website is now 100% completed. Right guys, now let's do one thing. Let's add all the membership features on our website. And for that, we'll need a new plugin. So to install this plugin, again, open a new tab and type in blogdot.com/member. Now this link is also given in the video description below. So again, you don't even have to type in this thing. Simply click on that link and you should be redirected to this page. Now this is the plugin that we are going to use, Ultimate Membership Pro. This is one of the best membership plugins available for WordPress website. Also, it is very much affordable. Most of the membership plugins cost around $200, $300, $400, and that too they are yearly renewable. So you have to pay $200 and you have to renew that license every year. So every year you have to make $200 payment. But here it will cost you only $49, and this is one-time payment. You don't have to renew the license or all. You can use this plugin on your website for lifetime. So this is the great thing about this plugin. Also, it has all the important features, all the essential features that a membership website must have. As you can see, content access management, infinite subscription packages, easy setup, all the membership features are available in this plugin. So this is the plugin that we are going to use in this video. You just have to click on this buy now button and make sure you purchase this plugin. Once you do that, you have to hover over this option. You'll see a username at the top right corner. Hover over that and click on downloads. Now here you'll see all the different plugins and themes that you have downloaded and purchased from this website. We have to use this plugin, Ultimate Membership Pro. So click on download and select the second option, installable WordPress file only. Now a new file will be downloaded for you. As you can see, this is the one. Once it is downloaded, we have to upload this file on our website. So to do that thing, again, come back to your dashboard. Now click on plugins from the left hand side. Click on add new to add a new theme. And because you have the file, you have to upload this file. So click on upload plugin. Now just choose this plugin over here. Let it download first. Now just select this file that you have just downloaded. I'll choose this file and click on install now. Once this plugin is installed, you have to activate this plugin. So click on this button, activate plugin. Now once it is activated, you'll see normally you'll get this notice. This is a trial version of this plugin. We need to enter the license so that we get all the features. So if you click on this license section, you will be redirected to this page, purchase code page, and you have to enter your purchase code. You will get your purchase code over here if you click on Ultimate Membership Pro plugin. If you go to comments, not comments, if you go to this support section. Now here, if you go ahead at the bottom, here you will see a purchase code. You can copy it from here, come back to your website. Now paste in the purchase code and click on activate license. Now once you enter your purchase code, this plugin will be activated with the license. Now if you click on Membership Pro, this is how your dashboard looks like. So in dashboard, you can see how many total users are present on your website, basically how many members, and after that which top level, and all these things can be seen over here. Right now, because we have no activity on our website, we cannot see anything. Now if you click on members, here you will see the complete list of all the members present on your website. If you want, you can even export this list. Then after that, leave this option Ultimate Affiliates. That is just another plugin. They are promoting that on this plugin. Then come to this option, membership option. Now in this option, you will see there are few options. Basically, there are 3 different membership plans already created for you: free, one time, and recurring. Now, if you want to keep it as it is, you can keep it. But if you want to delete them and create your own membership plan, let me show you how you can do that. Now, first of all, I want to keep one membership plan as free so that people can purchase that membership and they can see the article and all. So what I'll do is I'll not delete any one of these. I'll just edit them. So let's edit the first option, free options. Click on edit. I don't want this demo thing over here. I'll just delete this thing and I'll change the select to free plan. Okay, here also I'll just type in free plan. Now you can also write a short description over here. So if you see this option, this is how this thing will look like. So here at top, it will say free plan. Okay. Then after that, you can change the access type. For free, I want to keep the access type as lifetime, and payment type, make sure it is free. Now, if you want to show this plan, obviously we want to show this plan, and by default, this is the text. Free level allowing limited access to most of our content. You can see the same option over here. If you want to change this text, or if you want to type in some other text, you can do it over here. Then after that, here it says get started. So I'll copy this thing. Instead of sign up now, I'll type in get started. Then I'll click on save changes. Now as you can see, this is how this looks like. For the second option, this is one-time payment. So I don't want to delete this. I want to edit it. So I'll click on edit. Now this is the name, one-time plan. If you want to keep a one-time plan, you can have it. Or if you want to change the name or anything, you can do this. Again, from here also I'll delete this demo part and I'll rename it one-time plan. Again, if you want to write a short description, you can do that. Now, because we have changed this thing to one-time plan, we have made it lifetime. If you want, you can make it yearly plan. Okay, instead of one-time plan, let's make it yearly plan. Okay, now from here also I'll just change this thing. Instead of this thing, we'll again type in yearly plan, and instead of access time lifetime, we'll change this thing to limited time, and we'll select year and we'll type in 1 year. So this is 1 year plan. Now what happens when this plan expires? So you can do one thing, you can select do nothing, or you can remove this membership from this member and you can assign them a new member. We can assign them the free membership plan. Okay, so after this plan, for example, a person has purchased this plan, and after 1 year, if they don't renew it, we will remove this membership plan from this member and we'll assign them the free plan option. You can also give them some grace period after the plan has expired. So maybe 7 days grace period can be allotted to them so that they have 7 days time they can renew the plan. Then you can scroll down and here you can set the payment. So this is not free, this is payment. And what should be the payment for yearly plan? So maybe yearly plan is $50. Okay, right now it is dollars. Later on in this video we'll see how you can change the currency. And again, from here also, if you want to change some content, so here it says premium content and this is the subtitle. If you want to change this thing, instead of this one time, we'll say yearly payment. Okay, so if you want to change anything, you can do it. Now instead of this title only $10, I'll type in only $50. Okay, because we have changed the pricing to $50. Now click on save changes. So this was yearly plan. Now we have the recurring payment, which is every month. As you can see, we can click on edit and we can keep it recurring plan or maybe monthly plan. Let's also change the membership slug. Now under access type, make sure it is recurring subscription, and recurring cycle, subscription cycle, you can select. We have selected 1 month, so every month. Okay, and again, after the term expires, if you want, you can do nothing, or if you want, you can select one thing, remove this membership and you can assign them some free membership. You can also give them some grace period if you want. Now the payment type, so by default it is $1. I'll change this thing to maybe $5. Okay, if you want to give them some trial, you can do that thing as well. So maybe I want to set the trial price to 0 and they can get 7 days free trial. So after the trial period, they can access or they can purchase this recurring plan. So this option can be given, trial period option. And again, at the bottom, you will see if you want to change something, you can do it. So I'll change the text. Instead of only $1, we'll type in $5, only $5. Now click on save changes again. So this is how you create. Obviously, if you want to create some more plans, or if you want to change the plan name to bronze, silver, gold, you can do that thing as well. Now to add a new membership, you can simply click on add new membership and you can follow the same process, follow and fill in the same things. Now we have this option, subscription plan showcase. So by default, how your subscription plan designs should look like. So this is the default one. The one that I've used in the demo website, I think this is this one, modern theme. Yeah, this one. But later on in this video, this text is very big. I'll show you how you can change the size of the text and all. By default, let's keep it at, let's see some more designs. Okay, this also looks good. If you want, you can change the color and all. This also looks good. So maybe let's keep it at this one and click on save changes. Now after membership plan options, we have the payment services. So click on payment. By default, bank transfer is enabled. We have some more options. We have PayPal, we have PayPal Express, PayPal Standard, Authorize, Braintree. So whatever payment gateway is accepted in your country, you can enable that. By default, I'll show you how to enable two options, Stripe and PayPal, because that is very common throughout the world. So we'll select this PayPal Standard. First of all, make sure to enable this thing. And after that, okay, let's do one thing. Let's not enable PayPal Standard. Let's enable PayPal Express. Enable this option, click on and click on save changes. Now to enable PayPal Express, we need 3 things: username, password and signature. And to get this thing, you have to go to paypal.com, log into your PayPal account. Now once you log into your account, after that you have to do some changes in the URL bar. So under URL bar, instead of paypal.com, type in paypal.com/businessmanage/credentials/API access, and you'll see A in access is capital. So make sure You can see the URL in your, on your screen as well. You can just type in the same thing. Type in this thing and press enter. You will be redirected to some other page. You will be redirected to this page. Here you have to scroll down and select this option MVP/SOAP API integration and click on manage API credentials. Here you will get all your details, your username, password and signature. Just have to click on show, copy your username, paste it under API username. Similarly, you have to click on show, copy your password, paste it under password, and similarly click on show, copy signature and paste it under signature. So let me very quickly do that. I'll obviously have to hide these details. Now once you enter those details, we can now scroll down and here we have this option redirect after payment. So after they have made the payment, which page do you want them to be redirected to? So maybe you can redirect them to the My Account page, or if you want, you can redirect them to the home page. We have not yet created the home page, so right now we can just select My Account page. And after the payment is cancelled, which page do you want them to be redirected to? So maybe again to the subscription page, or if you want, you can create a cancel subscription or a cancel payment page, and you can give them that page option. I'm selecting these two options. Once you select this option, again you have to just go ahead and click on save changes. Now again, let's come back to payment services, and now let's enable this option, Stripe Standard. Select this option, make sure to first it is on, click on save changes. And now to enable this option, we need the publishable key and the secret key. Now to get this thing, you have to go to dashboard.stripe.com. Obviously before this thing, you must have account with PayPal and Stripe. So once you have created your account with Stripe, you have to go to dashboard.stripe.com and log into your account. Now here from the left hand side, you will see this developers option, click on that, and under that click on API keys. You will see your publishable key, copy the publishable key, paste it under publishable key, copy the secret key and paste it under secret key. Once you do that, again you can just go ahead at the bottom and click on save changes. Now again you can come back to payment services, and if you want to enable bank transfer, you can enable this option as well. So in this option, you basically just give them your bank details and they can now send them, they can now send you the payment. And in India, you have the UPI payment, so you can give them your UPI ID, your bank account details, all those things. And if you want to enable this thing, they'll get this detail and they can send money to this account, and after that you can activate their account. Now under payment services, you will see one more option is given over here, the last option, payment settings. Click on that option, and from here you can change the currency. So by default it is USD. If you want to change your currency to some other currency, you can change that thing as well. And if your currency is not given in this list, you can enter that under custom currency code. Then after that you can change the thousand separator, decimal separator, number of decimals, all this option. And which payment gateway do you want to be the default payment gateway? So in this case, I want to select this option, Stripe Standard. Now you can just go ahead at the bottom, you can enter your merchant business address, business details if you want, and after that click on save changes. Now you can go to this setting inside lockers. So I've shown you how that locker looks like when you open a single post. If you're not able to read the entire post, you get that locker. So here you can create your own locker and you can change the design as well. One locker is automatically created. Let's edit that one. So you'll see this edit option, locker with form, edit this option. Okay, this is the title. The default design is this design, zipped design. So this is how the zip design looks like. If you want to change this thing, you have some more. You have the default. Let's say, okay, this is how the default design looks like. Then we have the basic, which is this one. Let's see. This is how the basic design will look like. We have zone, which would look something like this. This content is logged and all. And after that, we have magic transparent. Okay, this one also looks good. Then we have star. Okay, so you can see there are many different designs. We have cloudy, we have darks. Maybe let's select this magic transparent one. Okay, so this looks good. Maybe let's select this one. And if you want to change the content, you can do some changes over here. So by default, it says this content is logged, log in to unlock the content. You can, if you want to change this thing, you can, do it from here. So maybe instead of this content, I'll type in this article is logged. Please purchase. I've also changed the subtitle to please purchase the monthly or yearly subscription plan to read the article. Once you do that, you can click on update and you'll see that changes over here. And after that, click on save changes again. Now, wherever you want to use this thing, I'll show you how you can add this option. You will see the shortcode as well, but I'll show you how you can do it, easily. So let's again come back. Let's go to showcase now. Now in the showcase, you can design your register form, login form, subscription form, all these different forms. So let's start with register form. Okay, this is the default design. If you want, you can change the design. If you want some other design, again, there are many different designs available. Whatever you like, you can select this option. Many different designs are available. This is also a good one. So maybe let's keep it at radius theme. Now you can scroll down, you have some more options. I would recommend you to just leave it as it is. And let's see. If you want to enable double email verification, you can enable this thing. So if you enable or if you make it on, what happens is whatever email address the customer or your visitor puts in this thing, they'll have to first, verify that email. So they'll get some email from your site, from your website. They'll have to click on that link and they will have to verify their email. Only after that they will be registered on your website. I would recommend you to keep it on, but for demo purposes, I'm keeping it off. If you also want to enable email marketing, you can make it on and you can select some, whatever email marketing tool you want to use. So maybe in this case, I'll use MailChimp. So what happens is whatever email they enter over here, whatever email address they will enter over here, this email address will automatically be added to your MailChimp list so that you can do email marketing with that list. I'll show you how to do that. Once you do this thing, again, you can go ahead and click on Save Changes. Again, I'm saying if you want to change the design, many different designs are available. You can just select some design from here. Okay. I'm just keeping it at radius theme. If you want, you can do one thing, you can change the custom messages. So whenever they get any error like username is taken, this is what the error will say, username is taken. Whenever the password length is not minimum 6 characters, they will see this message, password must be 6 characters long, all these options. Or if you want to add any custom fields in this form, you can do that thing as well. Okay, you can enable this option. For example, first name is enabled, last name is enabled. If you also want their phone number, so you can tick mark phone number from all sides. Okay. And if you want to make them make it required, like they have to enter the phone number, only then they will be registered on your website, then you can also mark this thing, it will make it required. Okay. And after that, you can just go ahead and click on Save Changes. You can add your own custom field if you want. Now again, let's go back to showcases and let's see the second option, which is your login form. Now this is the default style. If you again want to change this thing, many different styles are available. Whatever you want, you can just keep it. Okay, this is another style, labels. We have double option, basic theme. I think this one is looking good, flat one. So I'll keep it as it is. If you want, you can show the reCAPTCHA as well. So people will see that, Google reCAPTCHA thing, I'm not a robot, they have to tick mark this thing. We have not yet created that reCAPTCHA. That is the reason why we are not seeing that. But I'll show you how to create that. You can also enable social media login buttons so they can log in with Facebook, Twitter and all. Again, that is also not displayed because we have not yet integrated that. I'll show you how to integrate that. First, again, let's come back to showcases. Let's see the subscription plan. We have already seen how to change the design of this one. So again, let's come back. Account page. If you want to change the design for this, that only 2 designs. Okay, 4 designs are available. Whatever design you like, you can select this. There is no demo of this. I think this is the demo. I don't know. So if you want to change the design for this as well, you can change it. Not really important. And members list is also not really important. Now let's move on to social login. So here we'll see how to integrate login and sign up with Facebook, login and sign up with Twitter and so on. So if you click on Facebook, all these steps are given to you. By the way, whatever you're selecting, whether you're selecting Facebook or if you select Google, now all these steps are given to you, like what you have to do, how you have to do. Or if you want, you can also watch some YouTube tutorials on this. I'll show you how to integrate Facebook. If you want, if you want to integrate some more websites like Instagram, Google, Twitter and all, you can watch some other videos, because if I show you all these different social media platforms, it will take a lot of time. So we'll see how to integrate Facebook. First of all, make it on and click on Save Changes. Now to enable this thing, we need the application ID and application secret. And as you can see, these steps are given to you. First, you have to go to this link, developers.facebook.com/apps. Once you come to this link, first you have to make sure you log into your Facebook account. Now we need to create a new app. So click on this button, Create App. And now you have to select the purpose of creating this app. You have to select this option, Build Connected Experiences. Build connected experiences. You can see connect consumer products like Facebook login to your app. So this is what we want to do. Select this, click on continue. You can add some display name, like it could be anything. I'll just type in Ultimate Membership Pro Demo 3. Okay. And after that, you can just go ahead and click on, you can also enter your contact email, and after that click on create app. And you can tick mark this thing, I'm not a robot, and click on submit again. Now you'll automatically be redirected to this page, and here you have to do one thing. You have to select this option, Facebook login. Select this and click on setup. So we want to set up Facebook login for this app. Select website. Instead of all this option, you have to select website. Enter your website URL, which is this much. Enter it and click on save. Now click on continue. Now once you click on continue, you don't have to do anything else. You can now click on dashboard from the left hand side. And this is how it should look. You can do one thing. You can click on this option settings, and under settings click on basic. Now under basic settings, you'll see your app ID. Copy it, paste it under application ID, and you will also see your app secret. Copy it, paste it under app secret, and click on save changes. Now just by doing it, this will not be enabled. We have to do some more things. As you can see, it has given you some more steps. So let's complete them. First, come back to your website. Now you'll have to enter your privacy policy page URL and also your terms of services page URL. So you can click on pages from this page, and you will see this is your privacy policy page. It is not yet, or you can use this terms of service page. Copy the link, paste it over here, paste it over here. App domains, you have to enter your website domain over here. So I'll copy the website domain, paste it over here. You can also choose a category of your website. So whatever it is, you can select this category and click on save changes. Now under our products option, which is this option, we have added this product Facebook login. Under that, you'll have to click on settings, and let's see, you'll see this option valid OAuth redirect URI. Again, come back to this page. You will see your OAuth redirect URI. Copy this much, paste it over here, and make sure this option is yes for you. Client OAuth, make sure it is yes, and web OAuth, this is also yes. Once this is done, again you can now click on save changes. Again, if you come back to dashboard option, right now it is not yet live. So this application that we have created, it is not yet live. It is in development. You can see this option. You can click on this option and you can make it live. Click on update. Okay, not yet live. Again, let's try it again. Okay, it says before switching to live mode, you must provide both a valid privacy policy URL and also a data deletion information. So let me do one more thing. Again, just copy the terms of services page and paste it under data deletion URL. Let's try it again. Click on this and click on switch mode. And now it should be live. Now, as you can see here at top, it says live. Now you can use this option. Again, click on save changes, and now people can come to your website. They can log in using this Facebook ID. Now, similarly, you can go to some other option. You have Twitter. If you want to use Twitter, steps are given to you. Pretty simple. LinkedIn, whatever you want to enable, all the options and all the steps are given to you. Now let's move on to this coupons option. So if you want to create coupon codes so that people can enter that to get some discount on these options, on these one-time payment, recurring payment that we have created, you can create that code. Maybe I'll create a code 10 off. Okay, so when they enter this code, they'll get 10% discount. All right. Make sure under type of discount it is percentage and not price, and under value make sure it is 10. So it will be 10%. You can type in period, under period you can make it unlimited and all, and after that click on save changes. And now you can see this coupon is created for you. Now click on access rules. In fact, I would recommend you to leave the access rules. This is for bulk access rules, which is not at all recommended. I'll show you how you can change the access rules of every single page or every single post. And after that, if you want to use this thing in later on in this video, we'll come back to this access rules for bulk thing. Then we have the payment history, which is nothing. If you have any payment, whenever there's some payment done on your website, you will see that option over here. Then we have the email option. No setting required again over here. Go to extensions. Now here you'll see all the extra extensions that are given to you for your website. For example, if you want to enable taxes, opt-in setting, all these options will be given to you. We'll see some of these options very quickly because these are not at all important. All the important settings we have already completed, and few more settings are left under general option, which we'll see after extensions. So these are not really important. Some extra options are given to you. Okay, so here the very first option is this taxes option. So we'll click on taxes. If you want to enable taxes, If you want to charge taxes on these prices, you can do that. So these subscription prices, the regular price is probably suppose $10. If you want to charge maybe 10% tax on this or VAT on this, you can do that. First of all, you just have to enable this thing. You have to make it on. And if you want to show tax details, make it on and type in if it is GST. So type in GST. If it is VAT, type in VAT and type in the percentage. So maybe GST 10. And here the default value, under default value, if it is 10%, 12%, 15, whatever it is, type in that thing and click on save. So this is how you enable it. I don't want to do that. I'll just keep it off. I just want to show you how you can do this. Again, come back to extensions. Second option is opt-in settings. If you remember, we have enabled opt-in. So whenever someone enters, whenever someone registers on your website, they enter the email address, that email is added to MailChimp. We did that setting, but that setting will be completed only when we add the API key and list ID of MailChimp over here. So to do this thing, you have to go to mailchimp.com. Here you have to log into your account. And by the way, if you want to learn more about MailChimp, how to use MailChimp and how to do free email marketing using MailChimp, how to do free automation and all, you can watch my tutorial on MailChimp. You can just go to YouTube and search for Nayyar Sheikh MailChimp tutorial. Now, once you log into your account, at the bottom left, you'll see your username or your profile. You'll click on that and you'll click on profile option. Now under this profile option, you'll see extras, and under extras, API key. Click on API keys. Here is your API key. Copy it. Come back to your website. Paste it under API key. Now we also need ID list. So you'll have to go to this option. You have to click on audience. This option, which is your audience option. Under manage audience, click on settings. And at the very bottom, you will see your ID. Here it is. Copy it. Again, come back to your website and paste it over here. Now click on save changes. Again, I'm saying if you want to learn more about MailChimp and how to do free email marketing, go to YouTube, or you're already on YouTube, type in Nayyar Sheikh MailChimp tutorial. Now again, let's come back to extension. Now I don't want to enable WooCommerce, because if you want to enable WooCommerce payment integration, then we'll have to install WooCommerce plugin as well, and we'll have to do all those settings. We'll have to create a product, so everything will be messed up. I don't want to use this thing. If you want a redirect link, you can do that thing. Again, not at all recommended. I also don't want to enable any BuddyPress option, because again, if you enable this thing, you'll have to install another extra plugin, which is BuddyPress plugin. Then you'll have to do all the settings related to BuddyPress and everything will be messed up. So I don't want to use these options. If you want, you can enable membership card and you can select the template. You can select what all details will be there on the cart and you can click on save changes. Again, just a gimmick, not really important. If you click on my account, here you will see this membership card will be added. If you enable this option, you'll have to sign up or to a subscription to get one membership option. So basically a person will get a card that they can print and that will be their membership option, or that will be their membership card. Again, come back to extension. If you want to enable this GTop option, you can do this thing as well. So this will prevent your customers from sharing their login credentials by keeping only one user logged in at a time. So if you enable this thing, and if a person or a member is already logged into your website, and if they try to log in from other devices as well, they cannot do that. They cannot log in to your website from different devices at the same time. So you can enable this thing as well if you want. And again, come back to extension. And we have invitation code. So under invitation code, what happens is you can first make it on. Now this thing will be useful when you want to create this membership website wherein you accept only those members that join using your link. So if someone wants to join your website, only those people will be joined on your website, or only those people will be allowed to join your website, your membership website, whom you invite from yourself. So again, not really important. Come back to extension. Download monitor. So if you have any downloadable file, you can enable this thing. Again, not really important options. Custom currencies. If you want to change a currency, if your currency code is not available, you can create your own custom currency from this extension. Then let's see. Alright, so not really important options. I'll just leave it as it is. Now, if you want to learn more about these extensions or these settings, you can actually do one thing. Go to this website, help.wpindeed.com/ultimate membership pro, and you can search for these options. For example, if you want to learn about, suppose, security login, so you can type in security login over here. As you can see, you can open this article and you can read more about this thing. These are not really useful. That is the reason why I'm just skipping it. Now let's see the final general options. So click on general options. Here you just have to make sure that under register page, all the pages are selected. All the required pages are selected. Default redirect page, I would recommend you to select this thing to your home page, but because we have not yet created the home page, so we cannot do that. Once we create the home page, I would recommend you to come back to this page again and set the default redirect page to your home page. Recaptcha setup. If you remember, we have shown the reCAPTCHA in our login bar, in our login form, but to enable this option, you'll have to enter the site key and secret key. So you can open this link in a new tab, which is google.com/reCAPTCHA, and you can create a new site over here. So you can click on this plus button, click on create, enter your website name, which is member.fam.in, enter it over here. Make sure you don't have any HTTPS and all, delete it. Now select reCAPTCHA version 2 and select this option, I'm not a robot. Now enter your website name again, enter your domain name again, click on plus, accept this thing and click on submit. Okay, so here also don't enter HTTPS and all, just remove this HTTPS, just keep it as it is and click on submit. Now once you submit it, you'll get this site key, enter the site key, and after that you'll also get your secret key. Enter that and click on save changes. Now that will display on your website. We have some custom messages, not really important. If you want to restrict your menu, so only people who have registered on your website can see the menu, can see this menu bar. So if you want to do that, you can do it again. Again, we have not yet created the menu. So once we create the menu, if you want to restrict that menu, you can come back over here and you can select that menu. Payment settings, we have already seen this thing. Notification settings, not really important. Double email verification, I have explained you. Now this setting will only be applied if you have enabled double email verification. In your previous step, I have explained you, if you watch the complete video, I have explained you how that thing works. So it is this is just some redirect setting. So once they redirect, once they verify the email address, which page do you want them to be redirected to? I'm selecting my account page. If you want, you can select the home page. WP dashboard access. Okay, upload settings, not really important. Alright, so rest everything is fine. We can now come back to our dashboard. And with this, we have completed all the settings related to this plugin, Ultimate Membership Pro. Now I'll show you, because right now if you open your website, it still looks really bad. So right now we'll install a new theme that will change your website design, your website's appearance. And after that, we'll install a few more plugins that will add some extra design and extra features to your website. After that, we'll see how to create a post and how to hide that post and restrict that post. So let's see how that is done. First, let's install our theme. So click on appearance from left side. Now click on this add new button and under search themes, search for Ocean WP. This is the theme that we are going to use. Click on install so that we can have this design. Okay, we can have this newspaper design, this magazine design. Now once you install this plugin, after that you can activate it right away. Just click on this activate button. Once it is activated, you can dismiss this notice, and now we can also delete this extra 2019 theme. Now we need one more plugin, in fact very important plugin. That plugin will help us to design the website. Okay, that is a page builder. So to get that page builder, free page builder, it is free page builder. You just have to open a new tab and type in blogdude.com/Elementor. Again, I'll try to give this link as well in the video description. Now this is a free plugin, so you don't have to worry about this pricing and all, but it is also available in premium version. So if you want more features, if you want 90 plus more widgets, 300 plus templates, theme builder, form builder, WooCommerce builder, many features are given over here. You can purchase the premium plan. In fact, I would highly recommend you to purchase some premium plan. There are many tutorials on Elementor on my channel. You can watch them and you'll see how useful this page builder is. But as I said earlier, this is also available in free version. So you can click on this get started button to download the free version. Now this is just a simple survey. You can just skip it. Okay, just click on skip at top right. Now this will ask you whether you already have a WordPress website. We'll select yes, we already have. Now you'll have to enter your website link. First of all, just select the free version, click on install free, enter your website link. So this is our website link. We'll enter it over here. Now click on check for WordPress. Now you'll have to click on this button, install Elementor. This will redirect you to this page and you'll have to click on this install button, which is at the bottom right corner of your screen. Once we start creating our homepage, I'll show you how this plugin is useful, how we can add and how we can design different pages using this page builder. Now click on activate plugin. This plugin will be activated for you. I can cut this thing, and again let's come back to plugins option because we need to install few more plugins. So again click on install now or add new plugin, and this time you have to search for Ocean Extra. So if you just search for Ocean WP, you'll see that option, Ocean Extra. Install this plugin. And finally just one more plugin which is called Live Mesh. This is an add-on to the plugin that we have just installed. This is an add-on for Elementor. So install this plugin. This will add all these features that you see, all this design. This is all available with this add-on, Live Mesh add-on. So very important. Now once you install it, don't activate it right now. Just click on plugins from the left hand side and we can activate both the plugins at once. Tick mark them. Under bulk action, select activate and click on apply. Both the plugins will be activated at once and you will get some notices. You can dismiss them like this. Now again in the dashboard, you will get two more widgets, not really useful. So we'll untick both of them. Right guys, now let's see how we can create a post. So to create a new article or to create a new blog post, you'll click on this post option from the left hand side. First of all, let's delete this hello world. This is just a dummy post. Now to create a new one, click on add new. I'll do one thing. I'll just open a single post just so that we can copy paste things from here. This is how your title will look like. So we'll copy the title, paste it over here. And after that, whatever your content is. So this is our content. I'll simply copy it and paste it at the bottom. This is where you'll enter your content. Right now, I'm just creating a normal post. We are not restricting anything. We're just creating a normal post. Now, once you create your content, once you enter your content, now at the right hand side, if you click on post, we have to do a few more things. We have to give it a category. So maybe this post is related to sports. So I'll give it a category of sports. Type in sports over here and click on add new category. This category will be added. Now later on in future, whenever you're creating a new post and if that blog post or if that article is related to sports, you'll select this sports category. Now under featured image, you can select some image. Now there is a link given in the video description below. If you click on that link, you will be redirected to my website. And here, as you can see, for every single blog post, for every single tutorial, I create these kind of posts. And in this post, if you open any one, you will be redirected to a similar blog post. You will see the video, some important links, and at the bottom, you will see download free images. Once you click on this download button, you'll download a zip file, and in that zip file, all the images that I've used in the demo website that will be given to you so that you can use these demo images on your website. So let's add a featured image and let's upload one of those images. Click on upload file, select file. And here, as you can see, all these images will be given to you. I'll just select let's select this image, select this, click on open, click on set featured image, and this image is set. Now, if you just click on publish, this is how you create a single blog post. If you open this thing, this is how it is looking right now. Now let's see how we can restrict it. So again, if you come back to this dashboard, now to restrict this thing, there are two options. First option is that you just want to hide this thing from anyone who has not purchased your subscription plan. So you can, if you want to do this thing, at the right hand side under post option, you will see this option, Ultimate Membership Pro Locker. Now you can select this option, show page only, and whom you want to show this page to. So I want to show this page only to yearly plan and monthly plan users, and rest everyone, they will not be able to see this post on the homepage. Even if they search for this post, they will not be able to see this thing. Now, if it is not allowed, then we want to redirect them to some other page. So I want to redirect them to the subscription plan page. So if a person is trying to open this link and if they have not yet purchased any one of these plans, they will be redirected to the subscription plan page. Or if you want, you can also enable this option, Membership Pro Drip Content. So if you want to drip this content for other people, so it is available only for these two people, yearly plan and monthly plan users. And if you want to drip this content, or if you want to release this content to other people as well, after some time, you can select this option. First of all, you can make it on, and type of release, you can select instantly or after subscription or on specific date. So you have this option as well. I'll just make it off, and after that you can click on update. If you open this post in a new tab, you're able to see, if I go to homepage, this is how it is looking. But if a person opens this, let's open this in a new incognito window or a private window. As you can see, I cannot see any post, although this post is available to me because I'm the admin, I'm able to see this post. But if a new user comes to your website, they cannot see this post. Although we have created this post yet, but still they cannot see it just because we have hidden this post. We have restricted this post. So I would not recommend you to use this option. So let me do one thing. Let me just delete this thing. let me just delete these settings and click on update. Let's again try to open this in a new private window. And now here, as you can see, this post is now visible, although this person is not yet signed into the website, but still they can see the post. This is now a regular post. Now let's see how we can restrict the post, like how we can hide some part of the post. I think this is the most important option. Like if I just want to show one paragraph and I want to hide all the other paragraphs, let's see how we can do that. So to do this thing, first we'll have to add a single code in between. So maybe I just want to show the first paragraph. So after one paragraph, you'll see, if you see in the middle, you'll see this plus button. You can click on this plus button to add a block. Or if you don't see this plus button, click on the first paragraph. And at the top left corner, you'll see this plus button. You can click on this option and search for UMP, which is Ultimate Membership Pro Locker. Select this option, click on it. Now this locker will be added in between. Now you have to do one thing, select this type. I want to show this only for yearly plan and monthly plan users. So I'll select these two options. And template, if you remember, we have created this template locker with form. Okay, so I want this template. After that, you can click on update. But you have to do one thing. Actually, if you just do it, it will not work. We have to do one thing. After this thing, I just wanted this code. So once you enable this, once you set all this option at the right hand side, you get this code. Now below this thing, you can click on plus button, add a short code. Search for short code, add this thing below it. Now copy all the code from top, paste it under this short code. Okay. Now delete the last part of this short code, only this much. If you see my screen, only this much. Okay. Delete this part and paste it at the bottom. So click on this bottom paragraph. Now click on plus and add this short code again. Search for short code. Here it is. Paste in the bottom part over here. Now I can delete this code from top. Now the reason I deleted that code is, and the reason I copy pasted all the content over here just like this, because in that code everything was in single line, but it should be like this. Okay, this much should be over here and this much should be at the end, and in between this code whatever is there, this will be hidden. So this is how this thing works. Now if you update this page, for you it will be visible because you are the administrator, you're the owner, admin of the website. For you it will be visible. But if I try to open this again in a new private window, let's see. Now if I open this blog post, scroll down, now as you can see, this is how it will work. So this much is visible, but if I want to read the entire article, it says the article is logged. Please purchase the monthly or yearly plan subscription to read the article. And we also have this reCAPTCHA option that we have set. So this is also working. If you want, you can now go to register page and you can register this thing. Right now it is looking bad because we have the sidebar. We'll delete the sidebar at the end of the video. Now if a person selects any one of these plans, they will have to fill in this simple form. They can select Stripe. If they click on register, as you can see, they can make payment through all these things. So this is how this thing works. Now I'll cut this thing. Again, come back to dashboard. Now similarly, you can create a new post, and whenever you want to restrict that post, I have already shown you, you can restrict that post like this, following these steps that I've shown you. Right, so now let's start creating and designing our homepage. Right now it is this simple. I want to design a beautiful homepage like this one. So let's see how we can do this thing. So to do this thing, again, come back to dashboard, click on pages, click on add new to add a new page. Give it a title of home, obviously, because this is our home page. Now if you just publish this page, let's see what happens. And if you open this in a new tab, you'll see this is how it will look like. You'll have this sidebar over here. You'll have this this title section at top. We don't want this sidebar. We don't want the title section, obviously, because that is not present in our demo homepage. So to get rid of this, you'll see this content layout at the bottom of this. Under content layout, make it 100% full width and disable padding. And for title section, make it disable. So when you do full width, 100% full width, this sidebar will disappear. And when you disable this title section will also disappear. Once you do this thing, again, click on update. Now, after we create the page, we have to set this page as our home page. So to do this thing, again, come back to your dashboard and under settings, click on reading. Now here you'll see your home page is now displaying latest post. We want to display a static page. Select static page and under home page, select home, click on save changes. Now this page has become your official home page. Again, come back to pages and here you have your home page. Click on edit. And now let's start designing this page using Elementor. So I'll click on edit with Elementor. Now before we start creating this website, let me first explain you what is this page builder, Elementor page builder, and how does this work. Now if you see this website, in fact if you see any website on this world, you'll see that every single website is divided into several sections. So here as you can see, this is one section, this is another section, then this is the third section, fourth section. So we also create it section by section. So for example, to create a new section, we click on this plus button and we select how many columns we want in that section. So maybe we want a single column, or maybe we want 2 or 3 columns. So if you want 3 columns, you can select this 3 column. Now when you select this thing, you will see left hand side things change. Now we have different option at the left hand side. Earlier we had different elements at the left hand side. Now again, if you want to see those elements, you'll have to click on this button, or you'll have to click on this icon, this 9 dots icon. If you click on this thing, you'll see all the elements are back. Now if you want to use maybe button element over here in the left column, you can simply drag and drop this element at the left hand side. Now again, whenever you use any element, or whenever you click on any element or any single column or row, left hand side settings will change. Because we are clicking on, or because we are using the button element, left hand side it says edit button. So everything related to button. Now in every single element you will see 3 options: content, style and advanced. In content you will see we can change the content, for example text of the button or link of the button, all these basic things. In style you can change the color of the button, whether it's the background color, text color, style of the button, style or typography, text shadow, all this designing thing. And finally in advanced option you can change the CSS class, z-index, motion effect, all these advanced things. Again, if you want to come back to elements, click on this 9 dots icon, maybe second time, or in the second column, in the middle column, if you want to use maybe this icon, you can drag and drop this icon element. Again, things will change at the left hand side. You can change the icon. After that, you can go to style, change the style and all. Okay, so this is how this thing works. Now I'll do one thing, I'll cut this thing and we'll see how to create this home page. Now the very first thing that we want in our home page is this slider, grid box slider. So first we'll add a new section, click on this plus button, add a single column, because right now you might think that there are 2 columns, but we have to use a single element, so single column. Come back to elements and search for slider and select this option, post box slider. Okay, post grid box slider. Drag and drop this option over here. This is how it will look like. Now it is looking like this only because we have one single post. So only this thing is showing. These 2 things are not showing. If you have multiple posts on your website, it will show. In fact, let me do one thing. Let me just duplicate this post 2 or 3 times. So I'll go to post. Alright, so I very quickly went and create 2 more posts. So as you can see, now it will be displayed over here just like this. Now let me do one thing. Let me increase the size of all this text, because this is looking very small, very difficult to read. So to do some changes, again, first click on this option and go to style. First of all, under content, if you want to change the content, right now it is displaying the latest blog post. If you want to change this thing, you can do it from here. If you want to go to post content, whatever you want to display, whatever you want to hide, you can select this thing. So if you want to show the category, if you go to settings, you can do the slider changer as well. If you select style 2, this is how the style 2 looks like. If you select style 3, okay, we have this style 3. So several styles available. Again, make sure to go to content and whatever you want to display. Maybe I want to display only post in health category. Now as you can see, only one post is shown. So if you want to do some changes like this, you can do it as well. Now go to style and let's change the size and font family of all these different text, because it is very small. First option that we have is this taxonomy terms. So I'll change this thing. I'll change the font family to Poppins. By default, I think it is Roboto, which is good, but I think Poppins is much better. So again, we'll select Poppins from here. And after that, we'll also increase the size to 14 pixels. Now, as you can see, nice, big, easy to read. Now we'll select this title. Again, this also will be Poppins. I'll make this thing Poppins, and we'll increase the size of this slider, or we'll increase the size of this title to maybe 22, 23 pixels. Now, as you can see, nice, big, easy to read. And finally, all this meta details, this is also very small. So I can increase the size to 14 pixels. Okay. If you want, you can change the font family as well. This also can be Poppins. Okay. This is how it is looking. Whenever you do some changes on your website, always make sure to update this page. Now I want to do one thing. If you see there is some space at top and bottom, I don't want that extra space. So I'll do one thing. I'll click on this option, edit section. If you see this 6 dots icon, click on edit section. And over here under columns gap, make it no gap. And now let's add some margin at top and bottom, because if you see the home page, at top of this section, we have some space, and at bottom also, as you can see, we have this white space. So let's add that margin. So under advanced, you'll see margin. First delink this thing. Now under top type in 25 and under bottom type in 50. Okay, now if you see at top we have this small space and at bottom we have this 50 pixel space. So this is how this first section is created. Now let's create a second section. First click on update. Now in the second section, first we have this single title. You can see we have the subtitle and title, and after that we have this option. So first we'll have to add a new section. This also will be a single column section. This is the subtitle, so I'll copy the subtitle, come over here. To use this or to create this subtitle, we'll use the text editor. So drag and drop this text editor, paste in the title. Now let's style this thing. So go to style and change the text color to maybe let's select this orange color. Okay, maybe light. Okay, this looks good. Okay, now let's also change the typography. So let me do one thing actually. Let me change the typography to Poppins first. And once you do that, you can do one thing. You can click on this plus button and you can make it you can add this thing under your global font. So there you don't have to, make it Poppins every single time. I'll show you how you can do it next time. Now let's make it center align, and we can also decrease the size, or if you want to do some more changes, you can do it. Now there's one thing that I would like to do is, if you see at the bottom of this thing, there is very much space. There is a lot of extra space. I want to get rid of that space. So you can go to advanced, again, delink the margin, and at the bottom margin type in 30, but before 30 type in minus. So minus 30. Now as you can see, extra space from bottom is now deleted. Again come back, and now this time let's use this heading. Okay, just below this thing to add this title. Copy the title, paste it over here, bring it at center, go to style, change the color to maybe, let's see, we can make it 2B, this black color. And if you want to again make it Poppins, click on this under typography, click on this globe icon and select Poppins. Now as you can see, automatically changed. You can do some changes as well if you want. Maybe let's change the size to 36 and font weight 600. So we'll make it a little bit bolder. Now once this is done, let's add this option at the bottom, and this is your post multi slider. So if you search for multi slider, here as you can see, post multi slider, add it at the bottom. And this is how it will look like. Now again, if you want to display it like this, you can display it. I want to display maybe ascending order. So older post first and newer post at the end. Okay, you can have this setting as well. Again, here also, if you see these text are looking very small, so you can increase the size. You can go to style, under meta description first, let's make it Poppins, and let's increase the size to maybe 11. Okay, then we have the title, make it Poppins. Let's increase the size to maybe 22. Okay, 400 looks good, or if you want, you can make it 500 or 600 as well, just to make this thing a little bit bolder. And under meta also, I want to make it Poppins and increase the size to maybe 11 pixels. Okay, looking good. Now click on update. Now this time we have to do one more thing. If you see, we have to change the background color of this section, and we have to add some space at top and also at bottom. So to do this thing, we'll select this option, edit row, 6 dots icon. Now under column gap, make it no gap. Okay. Now go to advanced. First, let's go to style and let's add this background color. Under style, you'll see background type, select color and type in this code F7F7FC. Okay, you'll get this color. Now go to advanced and let's add some padding. So top and bottom padding of 50 pixels. So space at top, also space at bottom. Now click on update. Now let's create our third section. Now creating all the other sections are pretty easy. We just have to copy paste everything. Because if you see the designing, the concept is same. We have a subtitle, a title, and after that some space at top and bottom. Here also subtitle, title, space at top and bottom. So to save some time, what we'll do is we'll right click on this option and click on duplicate. Now you'll see another option, same post is created or same section is created at bottom. Very first thing I want to do is I want to go to edit section and I want to delete this background color. So I'll clear this background color. Now the background color is gone. If you want to change the subtitle, you can change it. And if you want to change the title, click on that title. And this time it says popular now. So I'll just replace the title, and now we don't have to do this styling. We don't have to change the typography, size and all. Everything is automatically done. Now I'll delete this option, and instead of this, we'll add this grid option. So again, come back to this option and search for post grid. Okay, this is the option post grid. Drag and drop it at the bottom. Okay, this is how it will look like. Now I want to do some changes. Go to style. I don't want this title my post title, so I'll delete it. I don't want this thing at in the middle as well, so I'll make the filtration no. And I want to get rid of this you see the summary, the excerpt of the post. I don't want that thing, so go to content, and over here if you see under post content, you have to increase this thing, and let's see, here it is, display post excerpt or summary, make it no. Okay, now it is looking much better. And as you can see, we already have this space at top and bottom, so this saves a lot of time. Now click on update again. Now after that we have this section, and again for this also we can copy paste this thing because we have the color is same, styling is same, background color is also same. So we can simply do one thing, right click on this section, copy, come at the bottom, right click, paste. Okay, so it saves a lot of time. Again, I'll delete this thing, and instead of this thing we'll use this design, which is the post carousel design. So if you come back to this section and search for carousel, this is the one that we want to use, post carousel. Now all these post options that we are using, this is all because of that live mesh add-ons plugin. So that is the reason why it was very useful. Now here also I don't want this content, so I'll go to content and I'll just get rid of this summary. Okay, looking better. And finally, in the final section also, you can actually copy paste this section to save some time. And instead of this thing, we want to type in the shortcode of this subscription option. So if you go to your dashboard, let's see, click on this option, Ultimate Membership Pro, click on showcases and subscription plan. Now at top, you'll see this shortcode. Copy this shortcode, come over here. Now search for shortcode element, drag and drop it at the bottom and paste in this shortcode, which is very simple like this. Now click on update. Now you cannot see the shortcode right now, but if you see in the home page, if I go to the home page, scroll down, you can see this is displaying. Here it is displaying the shortcode, but here it is displaying the actual content that we wanted to display. And with this, your home page is also completed. Now let's move on to our blog page. Let's see how we can create our blog page. Now for that, again, come back to your dashboard and let's click on pages to add a new page. Click on add new. Let's give it a title of blog because this is going to be our blog page. Publish this page. Now again, come back to your dashboard. Now again, just like the home page, we have to set this page as our official blog page. So for that, hover over settings and click on reading again. And under post page, select this blog page and click on save changes. Now we don't have to create or design that page, that is already done. Once you set this page, it is already designed for you. We'll change the design of the page later on. Before that, let's do one thing. Let's create our menu. So to create your menu, you will see this option, appearance option. Hover over that and click on menus. Now to create a new menu, under menu name, just give it any name. I'll give it a name of main menu. Now click on create. Now whatever link you want to enable or whatever link you want to add, select this thing. So I'll click on pages. Under pages, I'll click on view all. And here I want to use the home page, blog page, my account page, maybe even register page and subscription plan page. Click on add to menu. Okay, everything looks good. Maybe not register page. I'll delete this thing because if a person clicks on my account page, they will automatically be redirected to registration page if you have not yet registered. Now I'll go to category and maybe I add these two categories over here. Okay. Now also make sure to tick mark this main option at the bottom and click on save menu. Now if you come back to this page and refresh it, you'll see your menu is displayed over here. Okay, so this is how it is done. Now let's do one thing. Let's add the footer at the bottom. So if you see, okay, like this, let's see how we can add this footer. So again, under appearance, you'll see widgets, click on that. And here you'll see footer 1, 2, 3, 4. So under footer 1, we want to add this simple, about section. So we'll come over here, we'll use the text element for this, which is this. At the bottom, select this text, select footer 1 and click on add widget. Now at very top, I want to upload my logo first of all. So you can upload your own logo. Select this logo, click on open, click on insert into post. If your logo is big or small, you can resize it like this. Okay. If your logo is big or small, you can resize it like this. Now below this thing, you can add some text about your company or about your brand or about your website. This will become your first option, which is this option. In the second option, I want to display, this thing, recent post. So I'll select this option and you'll see this recent post is given over here. Select this select footer 2, click on add widget. This is added over here as you can see. Now if you see the third option that we want, this is also a recent post, but the title is different. It says trending news. So again, I'll drag and drop the recent post in footer 3, change the title to trending news, and if you want to display something else, you can do that thing as well. So maybe instead of order ascending, you can change this thing, or maybe order by. I want to display random options over here, or random blog post over here. Okay. Now under footer 4, we want to display this contact information. So for that, we'll use this contact info in footer 4. Just drag and drop it under footer 4. I don't want to display this text. Delete it. Under address, you don't have to change anything. Make sure icon class is same. Or title is same. Just under content, whatever your address is, change that under content. Similarly under phone, change only the content. Don't touch the icon class and title. Similarly, suppose if you don't want to use fax, you can delete everything under fax. Similarly, if you don't want to use Skype, delete everything under Skype and click on save. Now if you come back to your website and refresh it, you will see your footer is now displaying. Obviously the design is a little bit different. We'll see how to change the style of the footer, how to make it like this at the end of the video. Before that, let's see one more thing. If you see the blog page, here as you can see, we have this sidebar. If you open any single blog post as well, we have this sidebar. So let's see how we can add this sidebar in our blog post. So for that, again, come back to this page, widgets page. And here if you see, we have this default sidebar. Under default sidebar, except for search, delete everything. Okay, just like this. Open it and delete it. Now before or below this search, we want to display this recent post. So we'll again use the same option, recent post option, bring it over here, and number, I want to increase this thing to 6. So I want to display 6 recent posts as you can see over here. Then below this thing, we want to display our social icons. So first minimize this thing and now drag and drop this social icons below this thing. Now you can do one thing, you can change the style. Instead of light, make it color so that you have this colorful icons, and whatever social icon you want to use, just enter that link of that. For example, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever you want to use, enter that. For example, enter your Twitter URL, enter your Facebook page URL, Instagram, all these things, and go ahead and click on save. Again, if you open the blog page or any other page, at the right hand side, you can see this thing, this is looking good. Now at the left hand side, this style is a little bit different. If you want this style, we'll see how to do at the end of the, in fact, let's see how we can change all this thing. Let's do the final customization, final designing of the page. So to do this thing, you have to click on this customize button or customize link at top of your website. Now let's start from top. Now at the very top, you'll see we have this option, we have this top bar. At top of your, we have this menu, we have our main header, and at top of that, we have this top bar. I don't want that thing. So I'll click on this top bar from the left hand side, click on general and untick this option. Enable top bar, just untick this thing and that will disappear. Click on publish, again come back. Now below this thing, we have the header. So click on header, click on general. Very first thing I want to do is I want to decrease the size, or I want to decrease the height of this header. This is 74, I want to make it 50. Now as you can see, it is decreased. And we can come back. If you don't want this bottom border, you can untick this thing, that border will also disappear. Now come to logo, upload your own logo over here, just like this. You don't need to crop this image, click on skip cropping. I would recommend you to do one thing, because we have set the height of the menu at 50, max height of this logo can be 35. Okay. Now come back again, click on menu. In menu, I want to do one thing. I just want to change the link color to this black color. Okay. Rest everything looks good. Again, we can come back. Now let's change the primary color. The primary color of this website is this blue color. As you can see, everywhere is this blue color. When you hover over this, everything changes to blue. So you can select this option, general styling. And here, this is your primary color. Instead of this, I want to set this a red color. Maybe let's get the color code of this thing. This is looking good. Okay, so this is, okay, let me try it again. Okay, so it is F35863. Okay, type in this color code under hover color as well. Now, as you can see, everything is this red color. Now click on publish. Again, come back. Now let's do some changes in this footer. First of all, let's change the footer copyright text. Right now it says Ocean WP theme by Nick. I want to change this thing. So click on footer bottom. And instead of Ocean WP theme by Nick, I want to type in made by Nayyar Sheikh, or whatever you want to type in, just type in that thing. And after that, we want to do one thing. I want to change the text color to white. Now as you can see, easily visible. Click on publish, come back. Now let's change the setting of this footer widgets area. So click on footer widgets, scroll down, change the background color to this F9, 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 very light gray color, or maybe F1, F1, F1. You can set this color as well. Now once you do that, you can now change the text color to black. Link color will also be black. So link color, select this black color as well. Okay. Now because you do this thing, now as you can see, this thing is hidden because this is white color. So to change this color, you have to come back. You have to go to typography, which is over here. And under typography, you will see at the bottom footer widget heading. Select this thing and change the color to black color. Okay. Now as you can see, it is visible. You can also increase the size if you want to 15 pixels. And if you want, you can even make it bolder at 600 or 700. Again, come back. Now select this body option and change this font family to Poppins so that everything on your website becomes Poppins. Okay, so once you change the body font family, everything becomes Poppins. Now let's change the style of this blog page. So if you open your blog page or any other page, you'll see this is the style. I want to change this thing. Or before that, let's also increase the size of this main menu. So click on main menu. Instead of 13, let me make it 15 pixels. Okay, looking good. Now again, come back, select blog, select blog entries, and change the blog style to thumbnail. Now you'll see this style will be changed. And now as you can see, we have this style. Now we can again publish this page. And finally, if you just come back, there will be a CSS file given to you. If you, the file that you have downloaded, wherein you have all the, all the images in that file, you'll also see one thing will be given to you, CSS file. Let me show you that file. So this is how this file will look like. You just have to open this file, CSS file, copy everything from this file and come back to this option. Now scroll down at the bottom, you'll see custom CSS, paste in everything under custom CSS. Okay, now click on publish. Now once you do this thing, you can cut this thing, and as I've explained you earlier, if you see some pages like your My Account page, subscription plan page, you have this sidebar in all those pages. So to get rid of this sidebar, come back to your website, click on pages, and you can make everything full width. So lost password, select this page and change the content layout to full width, not 100% full width, just full width. Again, come back to your dashboard, select membership login and make it full width as well. Update the page. Again, come back to your dashboard, membership logout. So you have to do this thing for all pages, make it full width as well. Then we have the terms of services page, make it full width, update the page, come back to this page again. My Account page, make it full width as well. Okay, click on update. Again, come back to your dashboard and let's do this thing for other pages as well. Register page, subscription page, make everything full width. Enable this or update this page, come back to your page. Finally, your subscription page, make it full width as well. Now update this page. If you now come back to your website and try to see some page like your My Account page, now as you can see, this is 100% full width. Subscription plan page, this is also full width. So everything is now working absolutely fine. Now whenever you see any new member register on your website, you will see all those details under your dashboard, under this membership option. So total user is 0. Whenever someone registers, you will see this number increase. If you want to see the specific member, you can click on this member option and you will see that member detail will be present over here. And whenever you receive any payment, you will see that under payment history. And with this, your website is now 100% completed. This tutorial is also completed. I hope you guys find this tutorial helpful. I hope you guys learned something new with this tutorial. If you find this tutorial helpful, if you want to watch more useful tutorials and videos like this one, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon. Now, if you like this video, give a thumbs up to this video, share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever social media platform you use. And throughout the video, if you have any doubts, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can always leave them in the comments section below. And finally, thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.